Salutations, friends, family, and future people who will be watching this. This is Janine Watkins, part of Daniel Rambles for this evening. I am going to be sharing with you some of the things I got out of my trip this last week. For those who don't know, I have been a traveler for the last 2 weeks, in which I have not only been able to be in Minnesota, travel to Michigan, be in California, and come all the way back to Minnesota in less than 10 days. And in all of my travels, the things that I took away the most, top 3, are recognizing how important it is to be in communication. Even when communication has you out of service, out of signal, and returning to the woods. With that being said, it is always really important to stay calm, remain collected, and realize that everything with intention will find you back in your connection. And with that connection, I mean you will either have that moment of clarity that you are exactly where you need to be and take a pause for yourself, or you will talk to a stranger who isn't as strange or as far away as you thought, or it'll have people actually reaching back out to you who you either have lost connection with, lost communication, or just forgot how important they were in your life. The other thing that I learned was how important it is to follow a dream. Now, if your dreams are big enough, you will not only not sleep, you will not be able to not share them with other people. I love double negatives, obviously. If your dream is big enough, you will start finding that the moment you start walking into it, the people who are waking up to whatever they want to create will undoubtedly connect with you. They won't even know that that's what you're speaking about or what you're talking about or what you're creating in that moment until you start sharing with them. And then they will start getting those little goosebumps saying, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about this. How do I become part of this? And that is what I call a dream team. It's recognizing that there are people in this world that are literally being magnetized to who you are, because we are magnetic energy beings and we are here more than just to live out other people's lifetimes. This is for us to find out what our lifestyle is and have it tailored to fit our needs. The third thing I have discovered and I am distinguishing through Daniel's conversations, not only with me on the phone, on video chats, and now back in person, is how important our mindset is. And our mindset is to realize that it is separate than who we identify ourselves with. And how we treat it and how we see it is how it's going to be manifested. One of the things that I took away from this weekend was talking about how your dream is on a blueprinted formula, and how often when you speak it, it has to do with a connection of your ability to also physically, mentally, and spiritually manifest it. And if any time you can say, or you really do feel that you are unhappy with the way that you are mentally, physically, or spiritually connecting with the people and the world around you, really take that time to reconsider. Maybe there's something that isn't ringing true to who you know yourself to be. And as soon as you can get clarity in that situation or those types of conversations, you'll realize that you're actually not having those communications or conversations you think you're having, or making yourself more available to the community spaces of negotiating like you think. That was a lot of extra ramble. So what I really mean is, when you have the time to discover why you are having certain things feel uneasy in your life or in dis-ease, maybe it's not a pattern of you becoming lethargic or you feeling lackluster or you not even feeling special. Maybe it's more of an idea that in your mind you are having conversations with something that is not who you are and is not allowing you to step into the greatness that you are becoming. And in those moments, what Daniel likes to say is, from his Chris Voss techniques, you should never split the difference. And a lot of times we think those conversations are just happening with external people. But what we should really realize is how often we're having those conversations with our internal features. And again, that comes down to how you see yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. So give yourself that patience and allow yourself to reconnect and allow yourself to gain clarity in why you are creating whatever spaces that you are and the conversations that are coming around you. Because I guarantee when you start reconnecting with what you really want out of life, it'll stop having all of this tension and disconnect with people be so prevalent. And if you're already on your route and you are somewhere in life where you actually are connected and you are creating with people, when people are willing to reach out to you, whether they are naysayers or whether they're people that want to create with you, allow them to be part of your dream and beckon them to allow other people to be that way too. Because Gandhi had said, I quote, I was going to kind of rewrite it. Gandhi had said, be the change you want to see in the world. And what I'm starting to realize is in the identity that I have in what he had reflected is realizing that I am a ripple and an ocean of multiple ripples. And if I am someone who is willing to be the ripple that I want to transfer out into the world, it means I really do need to take action. I need to be of my word, and I need to be someone who doesn't get offended. And if you're someone who gets offended, just take the idea that maybe the offense is only because there's something in you that lacks confidence and actually believes those words. And again, for the Janine who is speaking to you right now, that is a negotiation that you yourself need to overcome, because the only other person who believes that, who would allow you to get offended by words that are just words from someone else's own reflection of probably their own self-identity, is that you are now trying to take it with you. And I acknowledge that you are so big as a person to want to take that from someone else, but I encourage you to let it go and allow yourself to continue to be the bigness that I know you are, to shape the world around you and to have other people feel profound in not only the identities that they themselves are dreaming to become, but that they are desperately wanting to connect with. And so that is my ramble on Daniel's Rambles. I know it's slightly original because I kind of just went through this whole workshop for the last 3 days in Arizona, and most of it's probably just been a rewrite of what other people have been saying. But like Daniel had said in a couple Daniel Rambles earlier, what is the human language beyond a remix of the dictionary? So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Janine. That was both inspirational and phenomenal. So thank you for reimagining the dictionary and words and the way that they combine to create new ideas and thoughts in a slightly original way.
Anything for Daniel Yanez Ford, especially if he's willing to pick up my booty at about 12:30 in the morning. So
This one does.
Here goes to another terrific Tuesday where everything's going to be amazing, like $5 popcorn at a movie and deals on Cinnabon and
All
half
the
off
amazing
at Don Julio's. But you know what? Me and Daniel probably won't do any of that because I am just so sad White Castle wasn't open. I can't believe it.
Never seen it before, but it wasn't open. 24/7, not no more.
Our mindsets, Daniel, we reset the universe.
It breaks my heart sometimes. But I guess it was the universe saying, you don't need White Castle right before bed.
So here's for all those dreamers, those doers, and all those diddly-doos who are tuning in right now on this Daniel Rambles. So on behalf of Daniel and Janine, cheers and toodles.
Au revoir.